welcome back to Hope in June, a podcast for anyone walking through infertility, waiting, or a season of quiet hope. I'm your host, Chandler, and each Tuesday we pause together for a few calm moments of truth and tenderness. Y'all, we have so much to talk about, okay? So many exciting things have happened since we last gathered together. So, one, the Hope in June community is open, y'all. The Patreon community is officially open. I've already been dropping some things in that community, whether you are a free member or you are a paid member. So go check out the link so you can see all the different membership tiers, so you can see exactly what you're going to be getting. I can't wait till more of you are in that community so we can start diving in together and just really becoming a community. I'm so excited for that. So make sure you check that out. Also, y'all, if you are watching this episode, then the June Collective merch will officially go on sale to the public this Friday. I'm so excited. October 17th, y'all. So whether you are in the online community or a subscriber to the Hope Letter or both, you got a discount code. Now, if you're not a member of the Hope Circle and you're not subscribed to the Hope Letter, it's okay. There's still time. So hit the link in the description box or the show notes and make sure that you join so that you can get your link to be able to snag your merch before everybody else, as well as a discount code, because there's only a limited quality. This is the fall drop volume 1 collection. It is only going to be available through the end of December, and there's a limited quantity. So make sure you snag yours. Do y'all want to see it? While we're talking about it, do y'all want to see it? Do you want a little sneak peek? I've shared some pictures online, but do y'all want to see it like as much as in person can get? Okay, let me show you. Hold on. Okay, so for those that do not know, I created the June Collective to inspire hope in anyone, but specifically with the infertility community in mind. So it's an inspirational apparel company. And when I was going through my infertility journey, I was looking for shirts, apparel, things that I could wear to remind me that I'm not in this journey alone. Keep going. You got this. Hope is on the way. All the things to keep me encouraged on the journey. And I couldn't really find anything. I could find some stuff that I could make fit my journey, but nothing specifically the infertility community in mind. And so I wanted to create that. Now, since going through infertility, now there are more companies that are geared towards IVF, trying to conceive and things like that. And so I just want to create something with the entire infertility community in mind. But even if you don't struggle with infertility and that's not your journey, you can still wear these shirts to show your solidarity with the community, but also you can find some encouragement in it too. So that's the whole purpose of it. So I'm so excited about this merch. This was created with so much love and time and effort. And I'm so thankful for Cultured Apparel in Franklin, Tennessee for your help in designing this and bringing this passion project to life. So we have shirts, crew neck sweatshirts, and hats. So these are the hats I'll show you first. So it is a snapback hat. It says the June Collective on the back. And this design was inspired by Romans 8:18. So if you remember me talking about in episode 1, that Bible verse specifically is kind of what sparked Hope in June and really helped to keep me encouraged through my infertility journey. So it says, present suffering, future glory, no comparison. Period. Oh, I am absolutely obsessed with this. I love this. It's a tan color. It's the tan and black colorway for the hats. And it's the Auto Classic Fit hat. So if you're wondering what kind of hat it is, because I know a lot of people have these hats. And this one, okay, so to go with that, maybe I should stay in order. Okay, so along that same design, we have the t-shirt. So it has a design on the front, and then on the back, it says the June Collective Volume 1. And then the sweatshirt, since we are moving into fall and winter, and this is the fall collection, decided to release a sweatshirt as well. And it also has the June Collective Volume 1 on the back. And then this next design, I absolutely love because we all need a reminder that when we're going through things, that you are a warrior, okay? You're a fighter. You're here to live to see another day. You're a fighter. You're a warrior. So this is the warrior hat, and it says warrior, and it says the June Collective under it. And then it has the little warrior emblem on the side. And this is the Auto Classic Fit as well. It is the tan and blue colorway. And then the shirt to go with that. So it says warrior and conquering challenges with grace and determination. Because you're a conqueror. Okay? you going through this thing. And then also says the June Collective Volume 1 on the back in blue, and then this in a sweatshirt as well. So I am so excited about these designs, y'all. So go ahead and follow the June Collective. Our page, our Instagram and TikTok handle will be in the description box below, as well as the show notes, so you can follow us. All content when it comes to seeing like the fit, the sizing, and all information you need to be able to place your orders will be on our social media pages. I am so excited because this brand, this merch line is what's going to help us to be able to give back and be able to sponsor people for paying for their fertility treatments, paying for their fertility testing. So I'm so excited. A portion of the funds from these sales will go towards that. And so I'm so excited to be able to do that. I'm hoping we'll be able to sponsor our first person, hopefully next year. Because like I said, this collection will only be available through December 31st. And as soon as we are done with that collection, a winter collection will be dropping the beginning of the year. And I'm so excited. So much more to come. Each season, there's going to be a new collection drop. So you're going to want to snag these while they're available, because once they're gone, they're gone. So once December 31st ends and it's gone, this collection will never be seen again. And so each collection was going to be way different, something different each time, new designs, new sayings, new phrases. So I am so excited because that Patreon community, the Hope Circle, y'all are going to be intricate when it comes to coming up with new designs and sayings and things that you want to wear, that you feel like would be helpful to you. I mean, we can always design stuff outside of shirts and sweatshirts and hats. I just want to start there. But there are other things that you would like, let me know, and we could definitely look into designing it. Like I said, so many exciting things happening within Hope in June, and y'all, we're just getting started. So thank you for being here. It means the world. It helps us to be able to achieve our goals for the future. Definitely tap into the Hope Circle, our online Patreon community. Definitely check out the Hope Letter. Follow all of our social media pages. Definitely check out the June Collective. And yeah, I'm so excited. I love you guys. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. All right, now let's dive into today's episode. So before we begin, let's take a deep breath together and leave a little space open for whatever today brings. Ready? Inhale for 3, pause, and exhale for 3. Ready? Again. And last time. All right, you guys, let's settle in. So today we are going to talk about a phrase that we all dread hearing, but I'm sure we have all heard before along this journey. And that phrase is, just relax and it'll happen. Before we get started, I do want to do a little check-in. So I want to ask, what's one comment, helpful or not, that lingered with you this week? Thank you for sharing, friend. A comment that lingered with me this week that was helpful was I was getting very, very overwhelmed just with all the things that are coming up that I need to plan for and do. And somebody could see, well, I'll just say my husband could see like the overwhelm on my face. And whenever I get overwhelmed, I tend to like shut down and just like end up turning into like a zombie. And so he saw me like inching towards that. And he was like, hey, why don't you just put it off for tomorrow? And I was like, I can. It needs to happen today. He was like, what's the difference if you put it off for tomorrow? And I was like, nothing. So his comment really lingers with me, and I'm trying to approach situations differently now. If it can wait till tomorrow, then push it off for tomorrow. Lord says the same. You'll wake up another day and be able to tackle it tomorrow. So I want you to take that as encouragement. So I want that to be encouragement to you that everything does not have to be tackled today. So whether that's things in your journey, things in your personal life, whatever the case is, Lord says the same. We will wake up to see another day, and that thing will still be there tomorrow. And it does not really, in the grand scheme of things, make a difference whether you tackle it today or you wait and tackle it tomorrow. And it will be better to wait and tackle it tomorrow if it's going to bring you some peace of mind for today. So I just want to leave you with that. I don't know who that's for. I don't know who that can help, but that really helped me because, your girl gets overwhelmed very fast. I have a lot of things on my plate, steady adding more and more. I think I'm nuts. But hearing that really helped me. So I'm going to try to continue to adopt that mindset that just because I put something off for tomorrow doesn't make me lazy. It doesn't mean I'm forgetting about it. It doesn't mean it doesn't hold any value to me. It just means that I care enough about me right now in this moment, and that I see that I need to take a break, step back, and that thing will be here for me to tackle tomorrow. All right, the affirmation for this week, I want you to repeat it after me. My feelings are valid. I do not have to accept words that wound. All right, one more time. My feelings are valid, and I do not have to accept words that wound. All right, good job, you guys. Okay, so I'm sure we have all heard that saying that everybody loves to throw out there. Mainly, I've noticed that people love to say when they don't know what else to say. And so when you tell them about your journey, say you just experienced a loss, you just had a miscarriage, you just found out that, you trying to have a baby is going to take some extra help, and say you may be sharing that with someone, or they may have just found out. So their phrase that they always love to resort to is, or their advice that they always love to give is, just relax and it'll happen. I hate that phrase. Because, ma'am, please, what do you think I'm doing? One, how can I relax? Okay, think about all the things I was just told. All the things I was just told at my doctor's appointment. And all the things that are running through my head. All the trauma that I just experienced. And you want me to just relax? Okay, it doesn't work like that. Again, people mean well. It's just we have to get outside of defaulting to these terms and phrases that we think are helpful and are not. They're empty words, and a lot of times they do more harm than help. Honestly, they don't help at all. They will always inflict some kind of harm, and we have to get outside of that, y'all. So for the people that are trying to support your loved ones that are in the infertility community, we got to do better, okay? We got to do some research. We got to take some extra time to figure out some things that we can say that truly are helpful. And for those that are a part of this community and those things that are being said to you, look, there's a piece of advice that my mom told me my grandmother gave her, my dad's mom gave her a long, long time ago. And she said it always stuck with her. And then she told it to me, and it has always stuck with me. Take the good and leave the bad. So when somebody says something, like, I take the good. If they tell me, when I was going through that time and they said, just relax and it'll happen. Okay, I'm going to take the good that you're concerned about me and you thought that you were giving me some helpful advice. You care enough to do that. That's the good. And the bad, that whack phrase you just told me, I'm going to leave that. I don't need that. So take the good, leave the bad. Remember specifically a time when I was going through my journey, of course, and someone thought that they were giving me some helpful advice. Someone asked me how I was feeling because they knew the things that I was experiencing. And their way of helping me was saying, maybe this is God's way of saying you're not ready to be a parent yet. Just enjoy your time with your husband. Children are a hassle anyways. Excuse me? Like, can you imagine? First of all, I don't know what runs through people's head. Like, y'all, the only thing I can think of is that we just have to give them some grace because they don't know. It's a taboo topic that there's not a lot of knowledge surrounding it. It's happening to a lot of people, but it's not talked about, so there's a lack of knowledge surrounding it. And so people just blurt out stuff and they mean well. I feel like a lot of people that said some really whack stuff to me throughout the years of my infertility journey, I don't think they meant me any harm. I really don't. I really think they were sincere in their words. But when it came out and landed on my ears, and I'm sure probably when it came out their mouth and they heard it, they were like, I probably shouldn't have said that. Or if they think back and replay it, they're probably like, I probably shouldn't have told her that. But it's too late once it exits. And so, again, just have to take the good, leave the bad. I appreciate you caring enough about me to give me some advice and to check in on me and ask me how I'm feeling. But the phrase, whack, boo, no thank you. To tell somebody that is actively trying to have a child, but not only that, has just experienced loss, several losses, to say maybe that's God's way of telling you you're not ready to be a parent, or maybe that's God's gift to you. because children are a hassle anyways. Just enjoy time with your husband. Like, are we okay? No. Don't, no. No, 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 no. And it's people having to hear phrases like that every single day. And that breaks my heart. Y'all, we got to stop. We got to stop. That's not okay. We can't say stuff like that because you don't know what kind of lasting impact it can have on somebody. Luckily, like I said, you guys know this, I had a very strong circle and support team around me. So when people say stuff like that, of course, I would break down crying, but I had people I could go to. Everybody doesn't have that. So we got to stop. We got to stop saying stuff like that. And so I'm going to give you some tools and some things that you can say that is better. And for those of you that are walking through infertility, I'm going to give you some tools and things that you can say to combat those phrases, because I don't want you to run away and cry and go cry in the bathroom or a closet. No, I want you to stand up for yourself in a respectful manner, but let people know, because it's going to continue, because this won't stop until we put a stop to it. Okay. And a lot of it is because they don't know, They don't know how to talk to you because they don't know enough about the topic. And so we have to teach them in a respectful way. And so we're going to do our best to try to put it into that. Like, seriously, I feel like by this point, I've heard it all. I'm sure there are some other things some other wild things that people say, on the regular basis and that they hear. And if you want to share that, please feel free. Please feel free in the comment section of this episode. Please share the wildest thing that somebody said to you while you were on your infertility journey or while you were trying to have kids, whatever the case is. What's the wildest thing that somebody has ever said to you? Because I want to hear it, because again, it is going to be our opportunity. I'm hoping that as you put these comments out there, and I'll share mine, that we can educate others. We can educate each other. We can educate others that want to support you throughout this journey so that they can see, okay, that's wild. Now that I read that, that's crazy. And I don't know why I would say something like that, or, ooh, I didn't think that was offensive till I just saw them put it and I read it. Okay. Probably shouldn't say that next time I see so-and-so. And I would love to drop in, or you guys drop in and chime in as well and comment under it some things that will be better to say, because it's all about education, y'all. So we're going to drop that in the comments. So do me a favor, put the wildest thing somebody has said to you, the wildest piece of advice that they've tried to give you in the comment section. Okay. And we're going to try to educate a little bit and help each other out. So the wildest thing that somebody said to me. Okay, y'all ready for this? So two wild things that I will never forget, aside from the previous one that I shared. One, I used to get this a lot. People would say, well, at least you know you can get pregnant. Because for me, I was able to get pregnant. I just couldn't hold my pregnancies and they would end in miscarriage. And so the advice or comfort that people thought they were giving me was saying, well, at least you know you can get pregnant. Right. And at least I'll have a miscarriage that follows. Like, what? Why would you say that? Second thing that I will never forget that has always stuck with me, that I really think, and I've had this said to me a couple of times by a couple different people on a couple different occasions, and I know they meant well, but it was, I don't know what would make them think that this was okay to say. They said, trigger warning, at least you didn't have to carry the baby full term. At least you didn't have to carry the baby full term and deliver and then lose the baby. Like something like that. Like at least you didn't miscarry later on and have to like deliver the baby and, the baby pass. Like, and I just thought of another one. They also said, I used to always get a lot, well, at least you didn't have to go through the pain of meeting the baby. I used to get that one a lot. Like, yes, that would have been harder for sure, but that didn't give me any comfort. That didn't help. Like, what? Y'all, people are crazy. People are wild. And again, I truly do think they mean well, but some of the stuff they say is insane. And so we have to do our part to try to educate the best we can. And it sucks because we shouldn't have to. We're already going through enough. Why I got to teach you as well? And that's fine if you feel that way. That's what I'm here for. And that's what I want to do. And so through your voices, I want to help encourage and educate these people, our community, the people that want to support this community, and help them see like, hey guys, so these are some phrases that you probably think are okay to say or might slip and roll off the tongue. Let's not say that. Let's try saying this instead, okay? And so I want to know what those things are for you guys, some wild things that have been said, because y'all, the people are crazy. People are off the wall. Okay, so I asked a couple people from our community if they minded sharing a piece of bad advice that they received throughout their journey, and it's remaining anonymous, but I really appreciate them sharing. And so again, that's what this community is for us to share and just be able to rely on each other, just be able to lean on each other during these tough times. I really appreciate you guys sharing. Again, at any point in time, my DMs are always open. You can always reply to the newsletter that I send out each week. You can always send me a message in our Patreon community. You can comment on any other post that I share on any platform, and I would love to use it in future episodes. So these 3 people, like I said, shared a piece of bad advice that they got, and so I wanted to share it with you all and see if you've heard this advice before along your journey. I remember this one. You can always just adopt, or have you considered adoption? Now, while adoption is a beautiful thing, do not get me wrong, and it was at one point in time something that I considered because I thought that was going to be the only option for us at one point in time. It's not a simple or an instant solution. Like, that's a whole process that is met with a lot of adversities and ups and downs and disappointments. And so it's not an instant quick fix like you might be suggesting it is. So we got to be real careful about that one, because at the end of the day, it's not an easy backup plan. I remember this one, and this goes along with what I said at the beginning. So someone told them, just relax. It'll happen when you stop trying, or it'll happen when you stop stressing. You're stressed. That's why it hasn't happened yet. Excuse me? First of all, this is a very stressful situation, and we'll get into that, because I actually have some myths that we're going to debunk today when it comes to the correlation between stress and fertility. But we'll talk about that later. But yeah, we'll talk about that one later. Okay, so this is another one that I do remember hearing, and people would say, have you tried insert random thing? I mean, it could be anything. Have you tried eating cotton candy? Have you tried taking this medication? Have you tried doing this on a particular time of day? Have you tried, like, anything? They would try to give advice, some random solution or remedy. Of course, you're already scourging the internet, looking for everything that you could do under the sun within your own control. From eating pineapple cores, herbal teas, people love suggesting home remedies. And again, everybody's body is different. Everything doesn't work for everyone. So suggesting those kind of things could make somebody just continue to spiral out of control, especially when they see that those things aren't working for them. And it can lead to them just feeling more broken, more hopeless. And so we got to be very careful, because again, intentions are meant well with that one, I'm sure, but we got to be very careful, because it's a very complex medical and emotional journey, as we all know. So again, I want you guys to share. Okay, share with us in the comment section what was a piece of bad advice that you have received along the way, and then let's try to let's get in there together and figure out ways that could have been said better, differently, or it just doesn't need to be said at all. So that way we can educate our community and the ones that are wanting to support us along the way, because it's all about education, y'all. Now, I remember, like, while going through this, the swirl of emotions, I remember, like, it seemed like every conversation that I had with somebody, it was always filled with some piece of advice, some kind of remedy, some kind of phrase or something that they were trying to give me, and it became overwhelming. And honestly, that led to more isolation, because I was like, I don't want to talk to anybody, because anytime I talk to somebody, they assume that I want their help, and I don't. Sometimes I just want to be. Sometimes I just want to exist, and I don't need your advice. I don't need your words that you think are well wishes, and they're actually not. They're actually doing more harm. They're actually doing more harm and are gonna probably put me in a worse mood than I'm already in. And so we have to be very careful, one, as the people that are giving those words, but also as we receive them, and really find ways that we can protect ourselves as we're getting those. Because unfortunately, I mean, if I could send a mass text to everybody, if you have someone in your life that is struggling with infertility, do not say this list of things, and I would give them the list of 1,000 things. I promise I would, but unfortunately I can't. And so all I can do, one, we can educate each other, which we're going to do in the comment section, okay? I'm going to hold you to it. I keep bringing it up because I mean it. I want you to do it, okay? Put your stuff in the comment section so we can educate each other, which will help educate this entire community that wants to support us as well. Two, finding ways to protect and guard yourself from the crazy things that people are going to say, because unfortunately it's not going to stop. We can educate all day, but we're not going to catch and get every single person. We can do the best we can, and that's my mission, that's my goal, to touch everybody. But until then, finding ways that we can guard ourselves, okay? So as we move into our segments for today, we're going to talk about some ways that you can guard yourself. But first, I want to debunk some myths, okay? I remember getting this and hearing this all the time. If you would just stop stressing, then you will get pregnant. As soon as you stop stressing, you'll get pregnant. As soon as you stop thinking about it, you'll get pregnant. As soon as you stop trying, you'll get pregnant. As soon as you stop planning for it, you'll get pregnant. Okay, since when did you become a medical professional? Because my doctor never told me that. So why are you telling me that? Like, seriously, people are nuts. So how many of us have heard that stress is what's causing your infertility? Now, I've never, again, heard that from my doctor. My doctor never told me that. No medical professional has ever told me that. But people talking have said that. So today we are going to debunk that myth and face the reality. Okay, we're going to spit some facts when it comes to the correlation between stress and infertility. So I'm going to read this because I do not want to mess this up. Okay, this is part of us debunking the myth. So I solicited some information from a licensed OBGYN and fertility specialist, and this was her response when I asked if there was a direct correlation between stress and infertility. She said, while stress can have an impact on fertility, it is not a direct cause of infertility. Studies have shown an association between high stress levels and fertility rates in women. However, correlation does not equal causation. Other factors such as age, lifestyle, and underlying medical conditions are what contribute to infertility, not stress alone. So me being anxious because I'm trying to get pregnant, or me being anxious because I don't know if this cycle is going to result in a pregnancy, a positive pregnancy test. I don't know that now that I got a positive pregnancy test, am I going to have a miscarriage a couple days later? Like, I don't know if this pregnancy is going to end in a full-term baby. I don't know that. And so all the anxiety and stress that comes from that, because that's normal, we're human at the end of the day, is not what's causing me to lose my baby. It's not what's causing me to miscarry. It's not what's causing me to be unable to carry a child. It's not what's keeping me from being able to get pregnant. If that was the case, would nobody be pregnant? Because life is stressful. Like, let's be so for real. Life is stressful by itself. Just because I think about having a baby and wanting to become pregnant and wanting to carry a baby full term, like, I could be cool, calm, and relaxed about that. And I might be stressed about my finances. Or I might be stressed because I need to get another car. Or I might be stressed because I'm in school. Or I might be stressed because I have other kids I have to see after. Or I might be stressed because I have a sick family member. Like, there are so many things in this life to be stressed about. So telling somebody that, oh, because you're stressed specifically about getting pregnant or carrying a baby full term, that's the reason why you're unable to do so? When there's so many other stresses in life? Like, if I wasn't in my right mind back then, I said, like, if I wasn't in my right mind back then, I would have said, oh, so how were you able to have your baby and weren't you just stressed out about X, Y, and Z? Like, are you kidding me right now? So, myth debunked. That's not true. So, anybody that says that, not true, okay? Stress alone is not what's keeping you from being able to carry a child, to get pregnant, to carry a baby full term, all the things. Untrue. Now, let's move on to talking about ways to protect our heart. Y'all, I had to drink some water after that. Gets me hyped up. I don't like that. I don't like when people do that. I don't like that. Okay, now, I want to give you a couple of gentle, ready-to-use scripts that you can use whenever somebody says something to you that just doesn't sit well with you, doesn't make you feel right. And you can keep them in your back pocket whenever you come across someone that's trying to offer you some unhelpful advice or toxic positivity. So each one acknowledges their intent, which is good because, again, it's very sweet and very nice that they thought of you to check in on you, that they mean well because they want to offer you some kind of advice because they want so bad to help you. Again, y'all, please hear me when I say, I know I've been dogging the people out, and I apologize for that this episode, but hear me when I say the intention, I do not think is meant to cause you harm. Now, there are some wackos out there that are saying stuff to cause you harm, and kicking somebody where they're down, especially in this situation, is insane to me. But majority of the people, their intention is they're just trying to help you. They don't want to see you in pain anymore. They don't want to see you hurting. It hurts them to see you going through this. If they could take you out of it today at this very moment, they would. So they want so badly to help you and to make it go away, to make it better, to fix it, that they're doing all they can and they're just grabbing for straws and trying to say whatever they could think of to help you. And sometimes it doesn't translate well. Sometimes it doesn't come across the best way. So these are some things that you could say to acknowledge their intent, but it doesn't invite for further conversation. And of course, it can be adjusted to your comfort level. So all of these I will drop in our Patreon community. So I'll type them up nice and pretty so you can have it to be able to save, screenshot, put it on your phone, write it down in your journal to be able to have so you are ready to use it whenever you feel that the time is right. Okay, so I wrote these down. So the first one is the kind redirect. So someone says something to you off the wall. I appreciate that you care. This is a really personal process for us, and we're working with our doctors on what's best. I'd rather not get into more details right now. So, and then you just leave it at that. Now, this works because you're thanking them for their concern while firmly ending the topic. The next one, I call this one the simple boundary. So you would use this one if somebody says like, just relax, or uses any of those one-off phrases like, just relax. Maybe it's not the right timing. Maybe your time just hasn't come yet. One of those phrases. So you would say, I know you mean well, but comments like just relax or any other phrase are actually hard for me to hear. I'd love to talk about something else. How's work going for you? And it's just a simple redirect. Simple redirection. It works out well because, one, you're naming your hurt. Again, it's all about education at the end of the day. People don't know if they don't know. So you need to tell them. They might think, oh, me using this phrase like just relax or your time will come or it's just not meant to be right now, stuff like that is actually comforting in people, and they don't know that it's not. So we need to tell them, let them know, no, that hurt me. Like hearing stuff like that is really hard for me right now. So you tell them you're hurt, the subject. And I promise 9 times out of 10, they're going to circle back around and be like, hey, I'm really sorry. I didn't know that I shouldn't be saying stuff like that. I didn't know stuff like that hurts you. And it could lead to a conversation where they say, what can I say to help? Or how can I support you right now? And that's what we want to hear. And that opens up a beautiful conversation for y'all to be able to connect and have a nice one-on-one. And again, if you're ready to talk about it right then and there, absolutely do that. And if you're not, I think that they will respect that as well. Okay, this is a very short and neutral response. Thank you for thinking of us. We're focusing on what we can control and prefer not to share more at the moment. So that's for the people that are trying to pry like, oh, what's next? When's your next appointment? When's your next test? What are y'all going to do next? Are y'all just stopping? When are you going to try again? That's when you insert this one. And it works because it's polite, it's short and sweet, and it gives no opening for follow-up questions. Because after you said that, I prefer not to share anymore at the moment. Nobody's asking anything else after that. But it was still very polite. And then the last one is a gentle educator, but use this one when you have the energy, okay? It's not your job and responsibility to educate the world on how to support you and how to help you, okay? Let people like me do that. Let these therapists out here do that. Let these medical professionals do that, okay? It's not your job to do that, especially while you're in the thick of your journey. Even if you're not in the thick of it, just being on the journey, it's not your job. So only use this when you have the energy, okay? So if somebody says something off the wall to you, You can simply reply by saying, I know it sounds encouraging, but stress isn't what causes infertility. Supportive listening helps me much more than advice. So that's a quick 1-2. Hey, what you just said, saying, have I thought about adoption? That's not helping me. That's not a quick fix. That's not a quick, easy fix. Just listening and not offering advice is actually what will help me. And that's just a quick 1-2. Quick 1-2 punch. And some people might need that. And that usually is for the repeated offenders. The people where maybe that one day you didn't feel like, giving a gentle rebuke and you just let them have it. And then they come back a second day or a second time. You're like, all right, okay. You coming with that stuff again. All right. And then third time you just let them have it. Look, them little phrases, I don't need that. I don't need your advice. I don't need your advice. I ain't asked for it. What I do need is a listening ear. That would be appreciated right now. Quick 1-2 punch. Okay? Now, I want you to take this, of course, with a grain of salt. And when I say that, I mean, do what feels comfortable to you. Me, I'm saying all this, but y'all, probably the only one that I have used was a kind redirect. And that's probably it. Or a short neutral response to kind of cut it off at the head, because I'm a very non-confrontational person. I do not like conflict at all. And it would take a lot, especially in those moments, to push me to my edge until I got to the point to where I would say stuff like that. And by that point, it was just bad. So do what feels comfortable and safe to you and what you feel like in the moment. Again, it's not your job to educate everybody, but these are some things you can do to protect your heart, to try to cut off that advice. So people will think twice before they come with their advice or their toxic positivity again. And some other things that you can do is finding some allies that you can rely on. And I did that, man. And I used to rely on my allies. And when I didn't want to rebuke and talk to people and some people say stuff that hurt my feelings, I would sick my allies on them. My sister, big dog. She was one of them, the main one that'd be like, hey, my mama, my mother-in-law, big dogs. My husband, they would handle it for me. So these phrases, if I couldn't say it because I wasn't strong enough, they would do it for me. So find you some good allies. Some supportive allies, and also finding those people who you can just pour your heart out to, who are good with just listening and not always looking to fix. So, and I feel like that's very important, because you have your people, of course, their automatic thing is to fix it because they want to make it better. And that's, their intentions are pure. Again, their intentions are pure, but we need those people in our circle, in our support system, who are fine with just listening and just letting you pour it all out. And then a lot of them will ask permission, okay, do you want advice? Do you want my help? Or you just want me to listen? And so having those people in your circle is very, very important. All right, you guys. That is the end of today's episode. I feel like that flew by. I feel like today's was a little bit shorter, but I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your continued support. Y'all, we are just getting started, and I'm so excited for all the things that are to come. So much planned, and I can't wait to see what happens with this community. So thank you for meeting me here each Tuesday to listen or watch our episodes together. Thank you for the ones that have joined the Hope Circle, our online Patreon community. There's still time to do that. It's always open, and I will always love to have you. I'm always putting in our exclusive bonus content. Again, you can look at the different tiers and see what's going to be offered to each tier, and I'm so excited about that group. And then, of course, the Hope Letter, our online newsletter that comes out every week, that is a helpful companion to go along with our weekly episodes. And for those two groups, the Hope Circle and the Hope Letter, you will always receive exclusive early access to all the things. So right now we got the June Collective Volume 1 Collection Fall Drop that is coming out October 17th, this Friday. And so if you're a part of the Hope Circle or the Hope Letter, you already have access. So check your inbox, check the online community so you can snag your special link as well as your discount code. Again, thank you guys for being here. Until next time, remember, you never have to shrink your feelings to make someone else feel comfortable. Take a deep breath, carry a little light with you, and I'll meet you back here next week. Bye.